after that I joined company, that is IT school. After that I completed one project either, and that is based on microservices, and I take the technology which I do in my project, that is Java, Spring Boot, microservices, web services.
Okay.
And that's all. And the tools which I use in my project, that is STS, Postman, and demo data, and for database I use MySQL database.
Okay.
And that is all about me.
Okay. Okay. What is your strength and what is your weakness? What is your short-term goal? What is your long-term goal?
Yeah, my long-term goal is sit on that position in well position in our company, and my short-term goal is first getting job and skilling up myself, and my strength is I is work on a group also, and work with team in well manner, and my weakness is I am scared from heights only. That's all.
Okay. Good. Okay. Coming to technical things. Okay. What are the skills you have?
I have a good knowledge of Java,
Okay.
and Hibernate also,
Okay.
and MySQL,
Okay.
and I have knowledge of Spring Boot and MVC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good. What about Spring Boot?
Spring Boot I score myself out of 10, 7.
Okay. Good. Okay. First of all, I will start from core Java. Okay. For if you take a core Java, okay. How much rating you can give yourself out of 10?
7.5.
7.5. Okay. Good. Good. Can you briefly explain what are the topics we have in core Java?
Firstly, we have to go through introduction of Java, what type of, why we go through Java, and what is when it is invented, and we go through in history of Java, and after we go through the syllabus, which topic we have to learn in Java. As like first we go through JDK, JRE, and JVM also. After that we go through some keywords there, and we go through variables, and go through oops concept, and after that we go through collections and exception handling, and IO stream is there, and we go through Java 8 features, that is a very most usable in IT industry, and nowadays stream API is there, like, and we use generally functional in programming that is introduced in Java 8.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay. I will start questions from core Java only. Okay. First of all, can you differentiate between JDK and JRE and JVM?
Yeah. JDK stands for Java Development Kit, and it is a package of tools so that help us to development of Java application. And JRE is it provides, JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, and it provides us an environment to run the Java program. And JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, and it is physically not available, and it helps us to execute our programs. That's all about the JDK, JRE, and JVM.
Okay. Can you explain internal working of JVM?
Yeah, JVM has some memory stages there. First is class loader is there, and some memory parts is there, and after execution is there. And first in class loader we have three types of class loader. First one is bootstrap class loader is there, and application class loader is there, and one is system class loader is there. And we come to class loader help us to load the class file, and we come to memory areas. First one there is a heap memory is there, stack memory is there, and stack reference is there. First class loader comes to stack reference, and after that some main method will be load to the stack, and after that all the program executed one by one, step by step, and one last is execution is there. That's all about it, internal working of JVM.
Good. Coming to OOPS concept, what is the difference between static polymorphism and dynamic polymorphism?
Static polymorphism is known as compile time polymorphism. That is like it's a bind with an object at the compile time, and the dynamic is a bind with object at the runtime. That is the main difference.
Good. What is the difference between constructor and method?
Constructor is implicitly, constructor has we have implicitly it is called if we don't provide a constructor, but method we have explicitly we have to call. First difference is that, and the constructor is the same as a class name, but in case of method we provide any name to the method, and the method have return type, and constructor have no any return type.
Do you know about solid principles?
Yeah,
What
solid
are the
principles.
solid principles we have?
Yeah, single solid principle as stands for single responsibility based principle, and O stands for open and closed principle,
Okay.
and L stands for lexive substitution principle,
Okay.
and I reference for interface interface principle something. I am missing somewhere.
Interface segregation
Yeah,
principle. Okay.
and some dependency inversion principle is there.
Okay. Can you explain each and every?
Yes, single responsible page, it means every class that have a responsible to give a response of single method. Yeah, and O is go through open for extension and close for modification. And L is lexible substitution.
Okay.
In that base class is completely child class is completely substituted as base class. That's one. And the interface in segregation, it means if we go through any interface, there is some method, and we can't force the user to go through all the implementation of all the interface. That's we use in that's lexive substitution, lexive interface. Okay. And last is dependency inversion, that is used for aggregation and segregation. Aggregation, segregation, and it's provide us a loose coupling and tight coupling. That's all about solid principle.
Okay, good explanation. Okay, coming to Spring, okay,
Okay.
Spring framework. What are the do you have IOC container? What is the mean by IOC container? What is the use of IOC container?
IOC container mainly it's go through when we create the bean and inject the bean and it destroy the bean. The main function of IOC container is
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, how many types of interfaces we have inside the IOC?
Three interfaces is
What are
there.
they?
Well, that is the constructor and injection is there, and another was we go through auto wired, and one is a setter.
Okay.
Setter injection is there.
Okay. Coming to Spring framework only. What are the benefits of using Spring framework?
Repeat once.
What are the benefits of using a Spring framework?
It help us to develop our application rapidly, and we don't use too much boiler code in that,
Okay.
and we lots of annotations is there that helps to reduce the boiler codes.
Okay.
So we go through Spring Boot
Okay.
and Spring Boot MVC, and this will provide like a model view and controller architecture that help us in like we developing the application in that view. Like we go through view is a separate our layer,
Yes.
and controller is our separate layer, and one remaining is there, that is the logic layer,
Okay.
and we go through repository layer in that
Yes.
model, like
Okay.
model layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the Spring security?
Spring Security help us to provide the security to our application,
Okay.
and in that case, there is some layer type of security provided by Spring Security. Like we go through JWT token,
Okay.
and OAuth is there,
Okay.
and we have to implement that one.
Okay. Okay. What is the Spring data?
Spring data.
Yes.
Spring data it implements an internal working of JDBC, and we go through Spring data JPA, and that is internally use JDBC mainly, and there is some method like CRUD repository is there, and pagination is there,
Okay.
and that's all. And it take the data from UI. First customer hits the UI and fill the data. That's it. It used to take the data from UI and store in the database.
Okay. Good. What is the difference between Spring and Spring Boot?
Spring and Spring Boot, there is lots of difference there, but I tell you something.
Okay.
First one, in Spring there is no embedded server, and Spring Boot we have an embedded server.
Okay.
And Spring is mainly used to develop enterprise application development.
Okay.
And Spring Boot we have to use develop a standalone application.
Okay.
Second one is there, and in Spring we have a dependency injection, and in Spring Boot we have a auto configuration as well.
Okay.
That's a few things that is the difference.
What is the difference between enterprise application and standalone application?
in enterprise application is like a web application,
Mhm.
and it need to server and any always.
Okay.
And in standalone application we not need to server,
Mhm.
and that's it have.
How you can fetch that data without server?
We fetch the data without server.
Mhm.
We use JDBC directly.
Mhm. Mhm.
We write query for that one.
Okay.
Then we go through fetch the data from database.
Mhm. Okay. What are the use of Spring Boot application annotation?
Spring Boot application annotation is used to start the application. It has mainly three types. It is a combination of three applications. That is, the first one is configuration configuration is there,
Okay.
and the second one is enable configuration is there, and third one is component scan is there.
Mhm.
Configuration, it means we have to add the dependency, and enable auto configuration is download the dependency which we added in our application.
Okay.
And component is component can help us to scan all the packages that any settings will be there.
Thank you. I'm done my side. Thank you. Okay. How you got to know IT school?
I know through my social media.
Okay. Okay. How was your experience in IT school?
That is good.
Okay. How was the classes and
And that's all are good.
okay. Thank you so much.